Alright, let's get started. If you like to join me in a seated posture of your choice, you can sit cross-legged, you can sit on your knees. Just make sure that you can hold this posture for a moment, because we're going to be hanging tight here. I invite you to bring your awareness to your breath. You can start to take long, deep inhalations in through the nose. And big open mouth sigh. Let it go. Release. Start to roll the shoulders up to the ears and roll it back down along the spine. And maybe gently rock side to side. See if you can sit up a little bit taller. You can either have a soft gaze at the grass down in front of you, or if you feel safe to do so, you can close your eyes here. I invite you to bring your awareness, to turn it inside of you, and really bring your attention to focusing on those long, deep inhalations in through the nose, and notice how the body starts to expand. And on your exhalations, breathing out through the mouth, notice how the body starts to contract. Our peak pose, half moon, invites us to both ground and expand. So just start to first notice how your seat is rooting down to the floor, and then start to notice the crown of the head lengthening up towards the sky. We'll be revisiting these two themes throughout our practice today. So just take a moment to first notice and observe that here. If you would like to take a body scan, you can do that now. Scanning down through the body, just noticing any tension and see if you can release that. Maybe noticing any areas of the body that maybe need a little bit more love and attention, and just bringing your awareness there. And at the end of our practice here today, we'll follow up with this scan and just notice if anything has changed. I'm going to take a moment to go quiet and allow you to tune into your breath. We take 3 more breaths here. Final big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, just take a moment to either set an intention for your practice, or maybe just tune in with yourself and notice how you feel. And we'll do that check-in at the end of class today. Whenever you feel ready, we'll start to slowly open the eyes and come back into this space. Beautiful job, everyone. If you are crossing your legs, change the crossing of your legs and just notice how this side feels compared to the other. Maybe rock side to side, coming back into that grounded, rooted space. And then release your hands by your side. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead Turn your hands to face me. Give me a wave. Hey, hello. Good morning. Nice to see you. Start to bring your awareness to that right hand. Grab your left wrist. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale, reach over to that side. Really ground in with that left hip, making sure it's not lifting up. See if you can stack one shoulder on top of the other. Imagine that you're in between two planes of glass. Hold it here through the exhale. On your next inhale, we lift back to center, release the hands. We switch sides, start to wiggle those left fingers. Grab that right wrist, inhale to lift, and stretch over to the side. Again, see if you can ground that right hip into the floor, stacking one shoulder on top of the other. Hold it here through the exhale. On your next inhale, both arms come up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands down in front of you. However is best for you. We come into a cat-cow, a tabletop position. So you can either gently press yourself forward, or you can move your legs out to the side. We meet in a tabletop position. Spread all 10 fingers out really wide. Pointer finger faces forward, really grounding into the space of the pointer finger and the thumb. Shoulders stack on top of the wrists, hips stack on top of the knees. Warming up the spine with cat and cow. On your next inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, start to lift, gaze up. And exhale, tuck tailbone under, press the ground away, gazing down towards the mat, your knees, your thighs, maybe one day all the way to the navel. Inhale, moving back into cow pose, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, lift, gaze up. And exhale, tuck tailbone under, press the ground away. Now I invite you to continue moving through these two movements. Maybe closing the eyes here if that feels good. And if you would like to introduce any additional movements here, and now you can. Maybe that's gently rocking the hips side to side. Maybe that's bringing the shoulders side to side, bending one elbow. You can make large circles with the body, bringing the shoulders past the wrist, shoulders and hips over to one side, hips come back towards heels, and then bringing shoulders and hips to the other side, coming up to the top, and then switching the direction. You can make figure eights with the body. Just do what feels good for you. Everybody will be a little bit different here, so no need to compare yourself to your neighbor. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Just letting this feel good, warming up the spine, bringing some movement into the body on this beautiful Saturday morning. Wherever you are, we will take one more big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, start to come back to center, coming back into that neutral tabletop position. So nice flat back here. We step that left foot back, ground into that left hand. On your next inhale, right arm reaches in front of you, right thumb faces up towards the sky. You can stay here if you want more. On your next inhale, lift that left leg up, left toes face down. Start to engage the core here, feeling that imbalance of the body. And again, you can stay here if you want more. Moving into bird dog, take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, curling into a small ball. Inhale, open up, expand. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more. Inhale, open up, expand. Exhale, elbow to knee, hold it here. See if you can get even smaller in that ball, more compact. Inhale, open up, expand. And exhale, drop that foot down, drop that knee down. Continue grounding into that left hand. We move into thread the needle. On your next inhale, right arm reaches out to the side, starts to lift up overhead. And exhale, thread that right hand in between the left wrist and the left knee. Right shoulder comes down to the floor. Right palm reaches up towards the sky. Right ear can be on the ground. See if you can square the hips. So start to bring that left hip back. You can stay here if you want more. Start to walk those left fingertips towards the top of the mat. That may feel good for you. And if you want more of a balance challenge here, start to step that left foot back. And on your next inhale, left leg lifts. Left toes face down. Just let the foot hover 3 inches above the mat, keeping the foot in line with the hip. One more big breath here. And exhale, gently drop the foot, drop the knee, walk those left fingertips back underneath the shoulder. We come out of this pose the same way that we started. Inhale, reach that right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, bring it back down. We do the same thing on the other side. This time, step that right foot back. And again, you can stay here. Or on your next inhale, left arm reaches up, left thumb faces up towards the sky. Start to engage that core, gazes down towards the floor. You can stay here, moving into bird dog. On your next inhale, right leg lifts, right toes face down. Really actively engage the whole posterior chain of the body, the glutes, the hamstrings, the calves, all the way down to the heels. Moving into bird dog, take a big breath here. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee, squeezing into that small ball. Inhale, open up, expand. Exhale, elbow to knee. Final one. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Hold it here. See if you can get even smaller, even more compact. Inhale, open up, expand. Exhale, drop that right foot down, drop that left hand down, drop that right knee down. Moving into thread the needle. On your next inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. And exhale, throw that left hand between the right wrist and the right knee. Left shoulder reaching down towards the floor, left palm facing up towards the sky. See if you can square the hips. And again, if you want more, start to walk those right fingertips up towards the top of the mat. And for your big balance challenge today, step that right foot back and maybe lift that right foot up. Right toes face down, foot is lifting up 3 inches above the mat. So see if you can keep that hip in line with that foot. Toes are facing down towards the floor to engage that back foot. Nice adjustment. One more big breath. And wherever you are, we start to come out of it, dropping that right foot down. Walking that right hand back, grounding into right hand. Inhale, left arm lifts. And exhale, bring it back down. Beautiful job, everyone. Gently rock the hips side to side. Moving into a gate pose. So starting from our tabletop, step that left foot out to the side. So in line with the hip, left toes face forward. And then start to walk the hands on the hips. On your next inhale, we lift up. Nice. So opening that foot directly out to the side. Once you feel nice and strong in that foundation, inhale, arms lift up overhead. Moving into that gate pose. Start to turn hands to face the front towards me, and then drop that left hand down. Inhale, lift your right arm up, and exhale, reach out to the side. Feel that nice stretch along the side of the body. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, modified side plank. Right hand comes down underneath that shoulder. You can stay here, or you can start to lift that left leg up. Actively engage that foot. So no limp noodles here. Really engage that foot. Feel that expansion, feel that lift. Moving back into gate, drop that foot down. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, reach to the side. Inhale, both arms lift up. And exhale, modified side plank, your choice here. We move through that one more time. Inhale to lift. And exhale out to the side. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, we come into that side plank. We're going to hold it here. So do whatever feels good for you in this moment. Really actively engaging. If you want to take a quad stretch here, start to grab that left hand, grab that left foot, and then press into that. So really press the hip forward, feeling that stretch in the quad. Nice job, everyone. We'll take one more breath here. And exhale, wherever you are, gently release. We come back down. And now, bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Step that left knee back to center, and we do the same thing on the other side. This time, step that right foot out to the side, making sure that that foot is directly in line with the hip. And then bring hands to the hips. Inhale will lift you back up. So just take a moment first to get settled. Once you feel nice and strong, inhale, arms lift up overhead. Turn the palms to face me. Take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, start to reach over to the side. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, modified side plank. You can stay with that foot down or you can lift up. Inhale, we'll lift us back up. And exhale, stretching to the side. Inhale, lifting back up to center. Exhale, modified side plank, your choice. Final one here. Inhale, we all lift up. Exhale, reach to the side. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, modified side plank, your choice here. Either staying with that foot down, that foot lifted, or taking that quad stretch. Reach that right hand, capture the foot, press that hip forward. Really engaging, pressing into that left hand, and then pressing that hip forward. Feeling that nice quad stretch. One more big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, gently release the foot. Come back down. Inhale, we lift up. And exhale, bring the hands all the way back to the floor. Bring that knee in. Gently rock the hips side to side. We'll move into our first downward facing dog of class today. Start to curl toes under, lift hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. So starting with a nice strong foundation that we'll use throughout our class today, really actively press into the pointer finger and the thumb, that L shape. Spread all 10 fingers out wide. Imagine that your feet are on railroad tracks, so they're facing parallel. They're about hip distance apart. And then for our first downward facing dog, always start with a generous bend of the knees and then see if you can press the hips towards the back of the space. And then your gaze can either go towards your knees, your thighs, maybe one day towards your navel. Eventually, one day, the head will frame the triceps, and that's when you really start to feel that expansion in the shoulders. You can start to introduce some additional movement here, maybe bending one knee at a time. Maybe shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. And again, throughout our practice today, if a downward facing dog ever feels like too much, you can always come down to a child's pose by lowering the knees down, lowering the hips down. We'll take one big breath here all together. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh, let it go. Start to bend into the knees, look towards the front of the mat, slowly walk the feet to meet the hands, hang heavy here, forward fold. Feet can be about hip distance apart. If you need more support, you can always open them up wider. We have a few options for you. You can either grab opposite elbow and gently rock side to side, and this will release tension in the low back. If you would like to get into a shoulder opener, try interlacing the fingers behind the back, and you can either stay here, or you can start to reach the arms up overhead. From here, you can either stay still, or you can bend one knee as you gently rock side to side. So lots of choices, lots of options for you. You can even explore one option and then try the other. We'll take 3 breaths here. Just let this feel good. Maybe close the eyes to give yourself a balance challenge if that feels like it's calling for you today. One more big breath. And at the end of your next exhale, gently release the hands wherever they are. Start to bring that left hand to the center of the mat. Tent up on those fingers for more height. Bend that left knee. On your next inhale, right arm sweeps out to the side. Gaze comes overhead. Nice, deep, simple twist here. And exhale, we bring that right hand down. We switch sides. Right hand comes down, right knee bends. Inhale, left arm lifts. And exhale, come all the way back down. Slower than you want to, we start to roll up to standing. Stack one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders up to the ears. And then release them by your side. Beautiful job, everyone. We will roll through 2 rounds of vinyasas. Our first one is always modified. Feel free to take that variation if you need it. Otherwise, I will be demonstrating the full version here at the front. How are we all feeling here today? Nice, amazing. Oh my gosh, I love the energy. Thank you all so much. Okay, bring the feet to the top of the mat. Heels are slightly apart. Arms are by your side. Take a big breath here. And exhale. On your next inhale, bend into the knees, sweep arms up overhead, reach up towards the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands go on shins, on thighs, roll the shoulders back. And exhale, bend into the knees, place the hands on the mat, step back, high plank position. We are here for just a moment. We modify our first vinyasa, lower knees down, untuck toes, squeeze elbows into your side, lower the chest down all the way. So legs are like cricket legs here, grasshopper legs. On your next inhale, start to lift the chest up. Gaze goes a few inches in front of the mat. Exhale, lower the chest all the way down. Ground into the hands, start to lift up, child's pose. Hips go back towards heel, arms reach forward up towards the top of the mat. Curl toes under, lift hips up, moving into a downward facing dog. We've been here before. We take 2 breaths here. Maybe just take a moment to notice how this downward facing dog feels, and we'll check in at the end of class. 1 more big breath. And at the end of your next exhale, start to come back into stillness. Look towards the top of the mat. Bend the knees. Slowly walk the feet to meet the hands. We meet all together, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, release. Ground into the feet. Inhale, sweep arms out to the side. Start to lift up overhead. And exhale, bring hands to heart center and release them by your side. So that is our modified version. Feel free to take that. Otherwise, we'll be demonstrating the full version here at the top. Feet come together. Hands are by your side. On your next inhale, bend the knees. Sweep arms up overhead. Reach up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands go on the mat. Step back, high plank position. Option to modify by lowering the knees down, otherwise high plank. Start to engage the core here. Shift the shoulders past the wrists. Glute elbows into your side. Lower down, halfway chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Drop the hips, gaze towards the front of our space. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press the hips up towards the sky. 2 breaths here. At the end of your next exhale, start to bend into the knees. Look towards the front of our space. Slowly walk the feet to meet the hands. Hang heavy here, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, release. Ground into the feet. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Reach up towards the sky. And exhale, bring hands to heart center and release. All right, moving into chair pose. So 2 options for you. You can either keep your feet together. If you have tension in the low back, you can open your feet out wide. Start to bend into the knees. Sweep hands across the mat. Arms reach up overhead. Sink the weight back into the heels. Maybe take a moment to gaze at the knees, making sure that they're not going past the toes. See if you can shift the weight back. Arms reaching up overhead. And instead of scooting the butt out, see if you can engage the core, tuck the tailbone under. We're here for 3 more breaths. Maybe on your next exhale, see if you can sink a little bit deeper. Nice. 2 more breaths here. If you want to go lower on your next exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Final one here. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe bend 1 knee at a time. Your choice of a vinyasa here. We all meet in a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands go on the mat. Step or hop back, high plank position. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Excellent job, everyone. Optional core challenge for you here. So either stay in a downward facing dog or on your next inhale, right leg lifts. Take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right knee over to the right elbow. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, sweep it back. If you're in that downward facing dog, lift right leg up. We all meet three-legged dog. Exhale, step right foot in between your hands. Lower left knee down, coming into a low lunge. Hands go on hips. Inhale, lift the chest up. So be sure to make sure that the right knee is directly on top of that right ankle. Shoulders stacking on top of the hips. Once you feel nice and strong, inhale, arms lift up overhead. Roll the shoulders away from you. Tuck the tailbone under, really engaging the core here. Start to wiggle those right fingers. Grab your left wrist. Inhale to lift, and then bring that left hand over to the right side. Make sure that the knee is not caving out to the side. Nice straight line here. One more big breath. On your next inhale, release. Both arms lift up overhead. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Option to keep that left knee lowered or moving into runner's lunge. Curl left toes under, lift left knee up. Grounded to left hand. Inhale, right arm lifts up overhead. Simple twist. And exhale, right hand comes all the way down. Step back, downward facing dog. We do the same thing on the other side. So option to stay here or take that optional core challenge. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring left knee over to right elbow. Inhale, open up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Final one, inhale, lift. And if you're in that downward facing dog, lifting up, three-legged dog, and exhale, step left foot in between the hands, lower right knee down. We all meet in a low lunge. Place hands on hips and inhale to lift. So being sure to start with that nice strong foundation, making sure the knee is on the ankle, curling tailbone under, engage the core. Once you're nice and strong there, inhale, arms lift up overhead. Roll the shoulders back. Same thing as we did before. Turn your hands to face me. Wiggle those left fingers. Grab that right wrist. Inhale to lift. And then bring that right hand over to the left side. Make sure that the knee is not caving out to the side. Nice straight long hair. Keep stomping into that front left foot. Hold it here. One more breath. On your next inhale, lift back up to center. Release the hands. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Option to keep that right knee on the floor, or you can curl right toes under, lift right knee up, ground into right hand, inhale, left arm lifts out to the side, simple twist here. Exhale, bring that left hand down, step left foot back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. One more big breath. And exhale. On your next inhale, right leg lifts. Step right foot in between your hands. Keep left foot lifted. Hands go on hips. Inhale, we lift the chest up. So moving into a high crescent lunge. That back knee can be bent if you need to modify. Otherwise, trying to keep that back knee as straight as possible. Bending into that front right knee. Once you feel nice and strong here, arms lift up overhead. So we're moving into a balancing posture. Make sure that you have a nice, secure place on the mat. I know it can be a bit tricky on the grass here. Take one more big breath. And exhale. Actually, before we move into that balancing posture, we are going to do some strengthening first. Turn the palms to face me. Take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, bend that back knee, pull down, hover that left knee. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, pull down. Final one, inhale, lift. Exhale, pull down, let that knee hover, hold it here. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift back up. Now we move into that balancing posture. Bring the hands on hips. We move into a warrior 3. So start to shift the weight forward into that right leg. Get heavy in that right foot. Start to get light on that left foot. Drag that left foot behind you, and you can either stay here or start to lift that left foot up. Left toes face down. Use the hands on the hips to square the hips down to the floor. Few options for you. You can stay with hands on hips for more support. You can bring hands to prayer. If you want more of a challenge, you can either try opening the arms out to the side with airplane wigs, or the biggest challenge today, see if you can lift your arms up overhead. Imagine that you're grabbing a big beach ball. So lots of options here today. I know it can be a bit tricky in the grass, but the benefit of doing this in the grass is that you get to strengthen all of those tiny ligaments and joints in the ankle. We are here for one more big breath. Final big breath. And exhale slower than you want to. Step that left foot back. Arms lift up overhead. We open up warrior two, so arms open out to the side. Opening out to a T, gazing past the middle finger of that right hand. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, roll it back down. Take a moment to just feel that strength. Keep pressing into that pinky side edge of that back foot. Feel that long line of energy stretching out between hands to hands. We're here for one more breath. Then we move into starfish. On your next inhale, straighten right leg. Arms lift up overhead. Gaze goes up towards the sky. Exhale, warrior two. We do that 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale, warrior two. Final one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Hold it here for just a moment. We move into extended side angle. Right forearm comes on right thigh. Left hand can either go on your left hip. It can reach up overhead. If you would like to take a bind here for a half bind, left hand reaches behind the back and grab the inside of the right thigh. Roll that left shoulder back. And if you want the full bind, right hand goes underneath the right thigh. Grab that left hand behind the back. And then roll that left shoulder up. Gaze up at the sky. So lots of options for you today. If that doesn't feel good, you don't want to do a bind, you can also do a core activator by coming out of that bind and reaching both arms up overhead. So similar to what we just did in that warrior three. Arms can open up this way too. So lots of options. If you want to open up the shoulders, take the binds. If you want that core activator, open arms up overhead. Whatever choice you choose to make today, we are here for 3 more breaths. Final big breath here. And wherever you are, we start to all meet back. Extended side angle. Bring that right forearm on top of right thigh. Left hand reaches up overhead, and we move into half moon. So first, bring that left hand on the hip. Start to gaze down at that right foot. Keep that left hip stacked on top of the right, and then start to get heavy in that right foot. Get light on that left foot, and then whenever it feels good for you, see if you can lift that left leg up. You can place right fingers onto the ground. If you want more, left arm can reach up at the sky. Nice job. If you want to play around with balance, get light on those right fingertips, maybe even bring them into half prayer position. And if you want to take that sugar cane, then totally okay if you fall out of it. So we have the grass. You want to take that sugar cane, bend that right knee, capture that, or rather bend that left knee, capture that left ankle with that left hand, and kick and open that hip. Whatever choice you choose to make today, we're here for 2 more breaths. Final big breath here. And exhale, bring that left hand on left hip. Step that left foot back. We all meet warrior two for just a moment. And exhale, go with the hands all the way down to the ground. Step it back, downward facing dog. Your choice to stay here, or you can take your choice of a vinyasa and rinse it out. I know that sequence can be challenging, lots of balancing postures, lots of strengthening postures. Do the same thing on the other side. If you want to take a moment to take a break, You can lower down to a child's pose. If you want to join me for a core strengthening from your downward dog facing dog, shift forward, high plank position. So, optional core challenge. You can either stay in a child's pose or you can stay in your downward facing dog. Otherwise, core challenge, coming into that high plank, start to ground into that left hand. See if you can lift that right arm up overhead. Exhale, lower that right hand down. Ground it to right hand. Inhale, lift left arm up. Exhale, lower down. We do the same thing with the feet. Ground it to left foot. Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, lower down. Final one. Inhale, lift left leg. And exhale, lower down. Everyone join me in a downward facing dog. All together, we take 2 breaths here. Final big breath. And at the end of your next exhale, we do the same thing on the other side. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot in between your hands. Moving into a high crescent lunge. Hands go on hips. Inhale, lift the chest up. So make sure we start with that nice strong foundation. If you feel a little wobbly, you can always toe heel that foot out to the side for a wider base. Otherwise, on your next inhale, arms lift up overhead. Turn the palms to face me. Roll the shoulders back. We move into that strengthening move before we move into that balancing move. Take a big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, pull down on that bar, lower right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Final one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Hover here. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, we move into a warrior 3. Hands go on hips. Start to ground into that left foot. Hinge the weight forward. You can stay here, or on your next inhale, start to get light on those right toes and lift that right foot up. So really engaging all the way through that glute, that hamstring, that calf, all the way down to those toes. You can keep hands on hips for more support. If you want more, you can bring hands to a prayer position under the chest. You can open arms to the side in an airplane. And your biggest challenge of the day is opening arms up overhead. Gaze is down to the floor. We're here for 3 more breaths. Final big breath here. And exhale slower than you want to. We slowly step that right foot back. We move into a warrior 2. So open the arms out to the side. Bend to that left knee. Arms are opened out to a T. Gaze goes past the middle finger of that left hand. Roll the shoulders up to the ears. Roll it back down. Feel that nice stretch along the neck. You can either stay here or we move into our starfish. On your next inhale, arms lift up overhead, straighten left knee. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior 2. Final one, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, warrior 2. We move into extended side angle. Bring left forearm on left thigh. Right arm can either stay on right hip. It can reach up overhead. Or you can take whatever option you took on the other side. Either taking a half bind. Reach that right hand behind the back. Grab the inside of that left thigh. You can take the full bind. Left hand reaches underneath. Left thigh. Grab the hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Lift up at the sky. Or you can take that core challenge by reaching both arms up overhead. Imagine that you're grabbing a big beach ball, really engaging our obliques, engaging the whole side of the body. Whatever choice you choose to make today, we're going to be here for a few moments. Don't forget to breathe. Notice where you're holding tension. See if you can soften the space in between the eyebrows. Release tension in the jaw. One more big breath here. And wherever you are, we all start to come out of it. Join me in extended side angle. Right arm reaches up overhead, left hand on left thigh. Using your core strength, inhale, we lift up, warrior 2. And exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Option to stay here, or you can take your choice of a vinyasa. We will all meet in a downward facing dog. Beautiful job, everyone. We're building strength and we're stretching out the space in the side of the body. All together, we'll take one big breath here. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Let it go. We forgot to do half moon. Sorry, we'll come back into that. Inhale, we lift back up. Join me, extended side angle. Left leg lifts. Bring that hand down. Right arm reaches up overhead. Place that right hand on your right thigh. Gaze down at your left foot. Join me in a half moon. So start to put that weight in that left foot. Get light on that right foot, and now we lift. Half moon. So a few options for us. We can either stay with that hand on that right hip. You can place that left hand onto the floor. Your right arm can lift up overhead. Or you can bend that right foot, capture that right foot with that right hand, opening up for a sugar cane. Whatever choice you want to take today, we hold here 3 more breaths. One more big breath here. And at the end of your next exhale, release. I won't make you do another vinyasa. Bring those hands down. We all step back. Downward facing dog. Start to lower the knees down. Let's take a child's pose. Arms reach out in front of you. Bring the forehead down to the floor. Just take a moment to ground. Feel that expansion that we just did in the body. Let's take one big breath here all together. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Release. You can either stay here or whenever you feel ready, start to lift up for a downward facing dog. We're just here to transition. We will move into a wide-legged forward fold. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up. Step the left foot in between your hands, and then turn your feet. And you should be facing over towards the whale tail. Yes. All right, so toes face in, heels face out, wide-legged forward fold, opening up wider than the hips, however feels good for you. You can keep hands on hips, or you can start to lift the chest up all the way. Few options for you. You can either stay here, or you can interlace fingers behind the back, open the shoulders up, lift gaze up, and exhale, forward fold, arms reach up overhead. You can stay still, or you can gently rock shoulders side to side, bend one knee at a time. You can shake the head yes, shake the head no. We're moving into our cool down, so just letting this feel good. If a tripod headstand is in your practice and you want to take that, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, just feel this nice stretch in the hips, in the thighs, and in the shoulders. Nice. If you're doing that tripod headstand, see if you can get the knees on the back of your triceps, and then use your core strength to lift back up. Nice. All right. If you're in that tripod headstand, start to come out of it. We'll all meet, wide-legged forward fold. Release your hands. Bring that left hand to the center of the mat. Inhale, lift your right arm up to the side. Nice, simple twist here. And exhale, bring that hand down. Switch sides. Right hand lowers. Inhale, left arm lifts. And exhale, bring that hand back down. Start to toe heel your feet so that they're underneath your hips, and then turn yourself to face me so you can see what's going on. We're going to move into Malasana. So feet are open out a little bit wider than your mat. Feet are open out to the side, heels are facing in. Two options for you. You can either stay in a half squat, so staying here, moving side to side. If you want to join me for a full Malasana, you can sink all the way down. Your elbows can go in between your knees, maybe hands come to a prayer, and you can gently rock side to side. So just opening up the hips, just letting this feel good. I like to get on, lift my ankles and get a little bit deeper in that stretch if that feels like it's calling for you here today. Otherwise, you can either stay still or you can rock side to side. Yeah, if a crow pose is in your practice and you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. Same as a tripod headstand. Your knees will come to the back of the triceps. Otherwise, staying here. We'll be here for 2 more breaths, and then we can move into a nice bind or half bind. Okay. Whenever you feel ready, if you're in that, nice, for that tripod headstand, go back down. Nice job. All right, bring that left hand down to the floor, and then press your left elbow against your left knee. Inhale, your right arm is going to lift out to the side. Gaze goes up at the sky. You can stay here, or you can take that bind. Start to reach that right hand behind the back, and then see if you can bring that left hand behind you and grab the hand behind the back. If the full bind doesn't feel good, you can always just open up to the side. Once you're there in that full bind, roll that right shoulder back, lift the gaze up at the sky. One more big breath here. And exhale, we'll start to come out of it. Release the hands all the way down in front of you. And we do the same thing on the other side. This time, right hand comes to the floor. Inhale, left arm lifts out to the side. And again, you have the option to stay here, or you can take that bind. Left hand reaches behind you. And then bring that right hand behind you. And see if you can interlace fingers behind the back. Nice job. Once you're here, see if you can roll that left shoulder back and lift the gaze up at the sky. One more big breath here. And exhale, we start to release. Bring both back hands all the way down to the floor. We come into a seated position. So however is best for you, you can just simply come back down. We'll move into a bridge pose. So bend the knees, feet go out in front of you. Grab the back of your thighs and slowly lower down all the way. Hands go by your side. See if you can graze the back of the heels with the fingers. Feet are about hip distance apart. On your next inhale, press the low back into the floor. Exhale, press into the heels. Lift the hips up towards the sky for a bridge pose. You can stay here if you want more. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll to the tops of the shoulders and press the hips up towards the sky. So get you deeper into that pose. One more big breath here. And exhale. If the fingers are interlaced behind the back, you can release them and then lower the hips all the way down to the floor. Bring the knees into the chest and gently rock side to side. We will do that one more time. You can either take that bridge variation, or if a wheel is in your practice and you want to take that, you're more than welcome to. All right, coming back down, feet lower, hands go by your side, ground into the heels. Inhale, we lift the hips up towards the sky. So this is our bridge pose. You can see if you could safely get into wheel, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, in this bridge pose, we're strengthening the whole backside of the body, the glutes, the hamstrings, and the calves. See if you can lift up maybe a little bit higher. And if you're in that wheel, we'll start to come out of it. If you're in that bridge pose, start to lower the hips all the way down. Knees come into the chest. And gently rock side to side. We have just a few more poses before we get ready for our Shavasana. And if there's any other poses before your Shavasana you would like to take, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, moving into a nice spinal twist, bring your feet down to the floor, knees are together, ground into the feet, lift the hips up, bring the knees 3 inches over to your left, let the knees fall to the right. And you can either open the arms out to a T, or you can goalpost those arms, cactus those arms. And then you can either gaze up at the sky, or you can gaze past that left shoulder. In a few moments, when we're in our Shavasana, I'm going to pass out some eucalyptus-soaked towels. You can either place them on top of your forehead or over your eyes, or whatever else feels good for you. If you would not like them, you can simply cross your hands across your chest, and I'll be sure to skip you. On your next inhale, we'll switch to the other side. Knees come back to center, and then switch. So knees fall over to the opposite side, and either gaze up at the sky or past opposite shoulder. Notice your heartbeat slowing down, and maybe take a moment to notice if there's any changes in the body since when we first started our class. We'll take one more big breath here. And big open mouth sigh, let it go. Start to bring the knees back to center. We'll take a happy baby, draw the knees into the chest. You can grab the outside of the ankles or the pinky side edge of your feet. And you can either stay still, or you can gently rock side to side. Nice job, everyone. After this, we have our Shavasana. So as I mentioned, if there's any other postures you would like to take before we close out our practice, shoulders stand, a plow pose, anything like that, or anything else that is calling for you, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, whenever you feel ready, we get ready for our final resting pose, our Shavasana. And as I just said, I'm going to come by and I'm going to bring some eucalyptus soaked towels. And again, if you would not like one, just simply cross your hands across your chest and I'll be sure to skip you. As we move into our Shavasana, notice the space that you've created along the sides of the body and feel that expansion all the way from the root, all the way down to the toes. Half Moon showed us that balances come from both grounding and reaching. And here in stillness, we allow both to exist here as one. Your final resting pose, you can either keep the eyes closed or have a soft gaze, whatever calls to you. I am going to take a moment to go quiet. I'm going to pass out those towels, and I'll wake you up when we're ready to go. Start to wiggle your toes. Start to wiggle your fingers. Start to bring some life and movement back into your body. We'll take one more big final stretch here. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, point your toes, get as big as you can. And exhale, release. Start to roll over onto one side and gently press yourself up to a seat. We're going to close our practice out the same way that we started, with a few final cleansing breaths. So you can either have a soft gaze down at the floor, or if you feel safe to do so, you can continue keeping the eyes closed. We take 3 final breaths here. On your next inhale, take a big breath in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Let it go. Inhale, breathe in through the nose. Big open mouth sigh. Release. Inhale, breathe in through the nose. This time, hold it at the top. See if you can sip in a little bit more air. Biggest sigh of the day. Release. You set an intention at the beginning of your practice. Maybe come back to that now. And whenever you feel ready, start to slowly open your eyes and come back into this space. Beautiful job, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for free yoga at the Whale Tail. I really appreciate seeing so many new and beautiful faces. Some housekeeping. If you got a purple towel, if you wouldn't mind putting it into the clear bin, I'll place it on this table. If you could put it in the clear bin, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you borrowed a gray blanket, if you could place it into the red bins here at the side. And the same thing with those other park blankets, you could place it into the wagon. If you borrowed a mat, if you could roll it up and place it here at the front, I'd greatly appreciate it. I have some QR codes here at the front for donations, so I'd greatly appreciate that, as well as a jar for cash donations. We only have one more class left this season. We are taking next week off, but we will be back October 4th. I hope to see you all there. If you signed up for class, you'll get on the email list, so you'll be on the list for when we release new classes next season. As well as you will get the video replays of all these classes as well. If there's anything you want to come at the front and chat with me about, I'll be here for a few moments. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. We're going to have some amazing live music up here in just a moment, and then we have some nice refreshing beverages in the back, as well as some food trucks, so we hope that you can stay for a moment. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and I hope to see you again October 4th. Thank you all again so much for coming.